Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guys, you ever have one of those days where you're just like, girl, I gotta fake this funk? That's where I'm at today. I started today, I felt really good, and then I don't know if I'm having just like a tumor attack, I don't know what is going on, but girl, I am just not feeling it today, and I think you can probably tell my eyes are a little bit swollen, and this happens a lot when I get migraines and whatnot. So I wanted to just sit down today, hang out with you guys, and we're just gonna play with some drugstore makeup. Some of it's new-ish, some of it's definitely not new, some of it's just stuff I've had kicking around in my drawer and I wanted to test out. So we're just gonna hang out, and it's going to be very chill, and we're just gonna, yeah, go through some products. Also, there's like zero natural light today. I don't know what is happening. So I apologize if this video is just like a little darker than usual, but like I don't know where the sun went. Like literally the last week we almost knew what spring was, and then last night and today it started snowing again. So that's fun. Now I obviously went ahead and I did my brows off of camera. I didn't have anything new, so I just went in with my Precisely My Brow from Benefit. This is in the shade 5, as well as the Gimme Brow Brow Gel. I did recently use these in a full face of new makeup, which I will link up here, and I've been using them ever since because I really love the shade, and it's just super nice. So let's move on and start getting going on this face here, girl, because we got stuff to do. Hello. Also, this world around me is a complete cluster of crap. There's just so much stuff everywhere. I haven't cleaned this beauty space in probably 3 weeks, and it shows. So first up, we're gonna get started with primer, and I have this guy right here. This is from Physicians Formula. This isn't new, but I've had it kicking around in my drawer for a minute. It is their Spotlight Illuminating Primer. Okay, so we definitely have a shine situation. I actually think that's really pretty. It reminds me of a dulled down version of the Marc Jacobs Dewdrops, like the same color undertone. It's just a lot lighter in shade. Oh, that's really pretty. That kind of reminds me of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter stuff. It has like a really nice subtle glow sheen to the cheek going on. Where's my mirror? Oh, my life. Now, this is definitely settling into the skin, and the gold sheen goes away and you're left with just like a really dewy cheek. Completely soaks in, has a little bit of a smell to it. Not sure what that is. Interesting. Alright, so I just went ahead and I put some Tatcha Silk Canvas over my more porous areas right through here. And if you're wondering why, it's because I'm about ready to break my one rule, which is that I never test a primer and a foundation at the same time. But guys, I've had this kicking around for a minute now, and I'm dying to test it out. This is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation, and I have this in the shade Classic Ivory here, and I'm going to, my first impression, by the way, is I don't know that I like this packaging. To me, this is like so haphazard. But before I dive into that, I wanted you guys to know I will also be testing out the Jeffree Star brush set, and I have his sponges here as well, which are obviously already wet, and I thought it would be just a cool time to check them out. Now, originally, I wasn't going to test these out because I was like, well, they're gonna sell out in 12 seconds anyways, and I'm not really a big fan of foundation brushes, but then I heard him talking. Okay, goodbye. But then I heard him talking about his foundation brush, and he said that it was a streak-free application, and I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. So again, I have this as well as the sponges and all of these other brushes. So I'm just gonna go ahead here, I think, and take some of this and maybe pour it onto the back of my hand. Like, why is there not a pump? I'm gonna go in first, I think, with the brush and give it a try. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit here and see how it looks. Wow, it is very soft. I'll give them that. And I actually have a really difficult time with foundation brushes in general because they tend to make my face itch, which I know sounds really weird. But anytime I'm using a brush to apply my makeup, it can cause very bad like bumps on my skin. My skin just gets very easily irritated. So this is actually going on really nice. All right, Jeffree Star, let's have a talk here because I actually kind of like this. And y'all know, how often do I use a foundation brush willingly? This is actually kind of pretty. Now, do I think that it's settling and like pressing the product into my skin as well as a beauty sponge does? No, I think that it is setting on the skin a little bit more. But as far as application, he didn't lie. This is a streak-free. Guys, and I am the most judgmental when it comes to a brush. I can't even tell you. Wow. So I am going to go ahead and take the sponge and do the other half of the face. Now, they said that this was just the Morphe sponge, but they created it in pink, obviously, in partnership with him. So as far as the sponge goes itself, like I already love the sponge because I love the Morphe sponge. I think it's a really nice, affordable, soft-ass sponge. I just said sponge like 15 times. Sponge, 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 sponge. Now, as far as this foundation goes, I actually think this is really pretty. Like, the way it's settling onto the skin is very nice. It has like a more satin finish as of right now. It's giving me, I would say, buildable to a nice medium coverage. It's not totally covering up all of my darker red spots, like right over here, but it does cover them up a fair amount, which is good. I actually think this looks really pretty on the skin, dang. Now it's time for concealer. I have the Revlon Candid Photoready Concealer. I have it in 2 shades. I have it in 005 and 010. Okay, 10 is like lighter than 5. So on top there, that's shade 10 or 010, and then the other one is 05. Interesting. Maybe it's just that shade 10 up there has like more of a neutral to pink undertone, while the 05 has more of a warm undertone. Guys, I just went to put this on my face and shade 10 just oxidized so hard. Like, look at, so this is where it's been sitting for like a minute. This is when I first swatch it. Look at the color difference. Also, shade 5 did it too right there. I'll give shade 10 a shot because I think it would match not only me, but this foundation a little bit better. But girl, it's gonna oxidize hard. So let's just, yeah, and like look at, when it goes on, it actually looks like it could have been a decent shade too. And also I'm using the little Jeffree Star mini sponge to blend it out. This came in the kit. So I just went ahead and applied that to both of my under eyes, and here's the thing, I actually kind of like it. Again, I'm having a hard time with the shade because it's not as bright as I would normally like. I'll probably brighten it up a little bit, but I don't think it looks bad. Like I think the coverage is okay. It's a decent medium coverage. It's settling into the skin pretty nicely. It doesn't look super dry. It looks very natural. I'm not hating it. I am taking a little Porcelain Beige Shape Tape, again, just to brighten up my face a little bit in the areas that I normally brighten it up. Now next up I have powder here. This is the Revlon Photoready Candid Powder, and I thought it would be fun to try this along with the concealer. First thing I'm going to do is apply this to the under eye. I'm going to pat out my little creases and then press it into the under eye bags. Now it is making them look a fair amount darker. You can actually see that all the light that I just created is kind of gone now. Before I set the rest of the face, let's take a look at this foundation. It's giving me a very nice natural finish. It has been dried down here, and I would say if you don't set your foundation, you might not have to set this because it does feel very nice on the skin. It doesn't feel super dewy. It's not sloughing off. It really did just like settle into the pores. Now I believe this one right here from the Jeffree Star kit is supposed to be the all over powder brush, so I'm just going to take and dibble dabble this in here and lightly kind of press it all over the skin. That actually set down really nice on the skin, the powder did. It feels very nice and lightweight. All right, now moving on, I want to bronze up the skin, and I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula collab with Holmes. I know everybody has talked about this at this point, but I wanted to be supportive and show my love and affection and try to figure out how to open this. Hello? Ooh, the smell everybody was talking about. Let's spray. Oh my God. That smells so good. Also, it smells like a Caribbean vacation in here, and it is literally so dark outside that I don't even know if we have a sun in our atmosphere anymore. So that's cool. Let's kind of swatch it here. Maybe if I use a really light hand, I can use that. Yeah, if I use a super, super light hand with that, I can probably get away with it. We're hoping. Let's check out this blush and highlight situation. I will tell you, the blush and highlights from Physician Formula are really nice. Ooh, those are beautiful. I love that. We'll use that on one cheek, and then I have another highlight for another cheek. Now I do have a couple of other options for shadows. I don't know if I'll be using these or not. I'm trying to decide because part of me really wanted to go just like light and airy and beachy and fun, but then the rest of me is just like meh, like I don't know. Guys, I'm in such a weird mood today. Like that's why I'm just letting the makeup guide, because otherwise I would have just sat here all day and been like, and I just been like a crappy little human. So I'm definitely going to take this into the hairline and then blend down from there because it's super rich, but God, that's beautiful. Like, especially if you're medium skin toned. Oh, girl. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Dorito Cheeto cupcake, y'all. Dorito Cheeto cupcake. You know what? I think I will tap into this blush because why not? Let's just do it. I'm very lightly, like barely tapping my skin because it is a very intense, sheeny, red undertoned blush. Okay, I have to be honest, I'm a little bit shocked by that blush. I didn't think I would like it that much. I thought it'd be too intense for me, and that's actually really pretty. Now here's the situation. For eyes, I had this one set aside from BH Cosmetics, the Daisy Marquez collection or collab that they did with them. Like, how freaking adorable is this? I know everybody at this point has talked about it, but I just think it's so cute, and the colors are so beautiful. Like, I'm gonna put the mirror down, but how stunning are these colors? I think these are so beautiful. Oh my, I'm sorry, what? Ooh, you know what? Maybe I should just do like a light, fun eye. Maybe that sounds like a nice idea. Let's do that. I'm gonna grab a little bit of my Porcelain Beige Shape Tape just to prime the lids a little. Guys, I am haunted by the video that Tati did with Scott Barnes. I want to try his makeup technique that he tried on her, all of them. I want to try it so bad, and I thought about turning it into a video. Is that something you guys would want to see? It would be so entertaining because, like, I'm not a glowy kind of person at all. Like, look at me. I look like I'm going to a hoedown. So it's just not my aesthetic, but I'm like, oh, I want to try it so bad. But then I was like, I'm sure other people on the internet already did it, and I don't want, you know, you guys to be like, oh, here's a page out here grasping for content. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that something I should do, or should you just like, should I not care? Because like, she looked so glowy and so stunning. I'm like, maybe something I should care about. So I think where I'm going to start out, because I was so drawn to it, is the shade Karma right here. And I'm going to take that on the Jeffree Star, the JS6 brush. And I'm going to start by just stamping that primarily on the outer V. That shade is ridiculously beautiful. I'm sorry. This isn't even the kind of color I gravitate towards, and it's beautiful. Like, I wasn't going to take that so far. I was gonna like pop in yellow and do like this really pretty look. And the more that I play with this shade, I just can't stop. Like, it is truly stunning. Now, I think I'm gonna blend the edges of that out a little bit with the shade Naked up here. Just a tiny, tiny bit, nothing crazy. I color switched the brush off, so it's just gonna be using the same brush and just a very light blend. I'm gonna grab a little bit of Passion Fruit and deepen up the outer V a little bit here. All right, and I'm just throwing that as well onto the inner portion of the lid. I'm going to create a little bit of a halo effect. Just going to go in and deepen up with a little bit of Bittersweet as well, just to keep the outer V nice and deep. Guys, we went full in. I didn't even mean to, and I just did it on accident. I don't know how this happened. Alright guys, so here's the tea. I just went and I blended for like the last 5 minutes with this Jeffree Star brush right here, and I don't like the bristles on this. They feel really cheap and very hay-like, and they're actually kind of grabbing the shadow and like pulling it as opposed to really softly blending it. And I think it's just the bristles, because I like the shape of the brush, but they feel so cheap to me. Like, as I'm running them over my eyes, they feel like kind of like hay, like very scratchy. And I will say, like, his other brushes, the two bigger ones, the foundation and this one, they don't feel that way. So I think it is just the bristles. And then I went over top of it just to double check, because my eyeshadow was actually getting patchy, and these shadows don't seem patchy. So I took a BH brush, which is really nice and soft, and I blended that through the crease, and that blended just fine, and I didn't have any issues. So I think it's the type of hair on this I don't like. So I'm just taking some glitter glue and packing this all over the lid, because here's where we bring this look back and we make it more light and airy. I'm gonna grab the shade Icy out of the palette, which is this really nice brighter white shade, and I'm just going to pack that into the center here on top of that glitter glue. And then I'm going to grab this tiny little Sigma E55 brush, and I'm going to use that to take a little bit more of that shade Karma, and I'm going to pack that just over the edges just to blend the white shade in with the deeper outside purple shade. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, is it weird that I kind of live for these eyes, and they were so easy? Oh my gosh. All right, so I love where we're at. It's time for a little bit of spray. I have the Refresh Hydrating Setting Spray from Kokie Cosmetics. I actually bought this at Rite Aid or Walgreens not too long ago. There's no smell to it. Okay, it's just... All right, so I had a couple little droplets from that spray, but other than that, looking pretty good. Now it's time for highlight, which I'm super excited about. I did just go ahead and open it up here, but this is the Wet n Wild highlight in the shade I'm So Lit. It's their loose highlight that everybody was raving about. I can see why people were obsessed with this. Wow, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna take this on the Jeffree Star 4 brush here. This is the highlighting brush that came in his kit. I'm gonna take a very small amount, because girl, she looked like she had a lot of pigment. And let's just, oh my god, I barely touched it to my face. Oh crap, that's intense. Okay. Hey guys, real quick, I'm just adding a little bit of the KKW brightening powder under the eyes into the center of my forehead. I was applying this highlight and it's super beautiful, but I hate the fact that I don't have any brightness under my eyes. I just feel like it got lost because that concealer oxidized, so I'm just adding a little bit of that back, and I'm using the JS3 brush to do that out of the kit. Which I have to say too, this brush is softer than the eyeshadow brush, but I don't know that I like the actual shape of this one. Like, I don't think I'd get a ton of use out of this, because even for my under eye, I don't think that it's like the perfect shape. I don't know what I was thinking not adding this powder before. Hello? Here I was thinking I was doing like a drugstore thing, but I had to, oh my god, I could have used my Essence powder. I'm sorry, I failed. Okay, so anyways, now that we have this Wet n Wild highlight on, oh my word, now it's time to go in, and I do want to test the highlight that is in the Holmes palette because that also looks stunning. So I just went ahead here, I dusted off his highlight brush so there's nothing on it, and I'm going to dive into the highlight in her collection here, which also looks blinding. And let's apply that one to the other cheek. Oh, yep. Can you guys see that? I don't know what you can see. Oh my word. These are the two shades swatched next to each other. On top we have the Holmes, and then right below that is the Wet n Wild one. And I think the difference is in the texture of the highlights. But I love when I laid down the Holmes side, it had a little bit of like gumption to it. Like there was a little bit of density to the highlight, but not in like a bad, thick, chunky highlight kind of way. In like a, it's actually sitting down and gripping to my skin and giving me more of like a robust sheen. Whereas this side from Wet n Wild is beautiful. It has a lot lighter consistency, very light, airy, feathery consistency. So when it lays over the skin, it almost sits on top of my skin, if that makes sense, and it's not really like settling down. I don't feel like it would stay there as long as the Holmes side would, if that makes sense. Again, it's a beautiful highlight. Probably the kind of highlight, because of what it is, I would actually use that on top of another highlight just to give it a little more dimension and a little bit of that light, airy sparkle feel that I love with highlights. So do I like them both? Yes, I think I just like them both for different things. I hope that that makes sense. I'm going to grab a little bit of the Holmes one, and I'm going to throw that over top of this Wet n Wild highlight just to give it, again, a little bit more booty to it. And plus, I just love highlight. Look at the brow bone highlight right there. Yes. Oh, I'm living. I do want to see what this Maru butter situation is all about as well. Let's see what this is. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, and it's so shiny. All right, I will definitely test this out at a later date because obviously it does not match this eye look, but that's really pretty. All right, I'm gonna spray my face again. I'm gonna go in with the Kokie spray. Next up, I'm going to take a little hit here of my Catrice Dewy Glow Setting Spray, also from the drugstore and also fantastic. Now for mascara, I'm going to be testing this one out. This is the Scuba mascara from the Balm. I did go ahead and just curl my lashes as well with my Tarte lash curler. And let's see here. This feels really thick. Oh my god, guys, I don't know if I have a bad mascara or not, but I hate this. Like, I just sat here for 5 minutes trying to do one coat of lashes on this side, and no matter what, it just like, it's so thick and goopy, it won't stick to my lashes. I can't with this. I don't know what, I'll try it again. This is me every time I hate a product, because I really don't ever want to hate anything, but I'm not exaggerating. I just can't get it to stick to my lashes. And like, what little bit does stick, it's not doing anything. These literally look like I was just born with black lashes. They don't look even remotely like they have mascara on them. I'm done. I can't. Like, guys, I just can't. You shouldn't have to work this hard to get black on your lashes. I'm sorry. No. I'm going to go in instead with my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara because that one is sitting right in front of me. And at this point, now it's been 10 minutes and I'm irritated. So I apologize. I'm just doing it. I have to. Okay, we're going to move on. I'm happy I have some lashes going. This is good. We're moving in the right direction. Do you know what I need? I need like a nice, ooh, pale nude. Ooh, that could be it for sure. This is the Ulta Beauty in Social Status. I've actually worn this one a few times. And if you've ever been curious about the Ulta Beauty in-house brand, I did a full face of that brand. I will link it up here for you guys. And I go through a lot of like their foundation, powder, I mean, a full face worth of makeup, obviously. But if you're curious, I will link it for you. Okay, so it's not drugstore, but I haven't gotten to play with this shade much yet. This is the Smashbox Los Angeles shade in Free Spirited. This was part of the Hood Witch collection, which I included this in a full face of high-end makeup. I'll link it up here if I didn't already at the beginning of the video. I don't remember if I did or not, but maybe I did because I think this might have been in the same video as these brows, so I think I already linked it, but I just want to, you know, have a little bit of a pink moment here. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit on the center. I know it's not drugstore, but look at this color. Hello. Oh, look at the shine. Yep. What got on my forehead? What is this? It's an all stop. What just got on my forehead? Hello? Send the police. Okay, guys, I think I pretty much recovered. You can see it a little bit, but like, let's just ignore. Whew, that was scary. But this is the full face. What do you guys think? I actually love the way this turned out. I have to say, I started this video in a big ol' funky funk mood, and I feel like I'm starting to come out of it, and I don't know, I love this. Now I am just going to give you guys a real brief run through as I keep staring at myself in the monitor and the mirror constantly. I just want to tell you guys an overall of what I think of the products. So let's go ahead and start with the primer, and I will go ahead and check in at the end of the day. This is just like my preliminary, what I like, what I don't, and if it changes at the end of the day or I hate something by then, obviously I'll let you know at that time. But what I think right now is that overall everything went pretty well. The Jeffree Star brushes for me are like the only thing that I'm really half and half hit and miss on, other than this freaking Scuba mascara. It feels so dry and like, but not dry in a sense that it's dried out. It feels dry and thick and goopy, like that's the formula, and I just hate this. But other than that, I'm really half and half on these brushes from Jeffree Star because I like, oddly enough, the one brush I thought I would hate, the foundation brush, probably my favorite. I like the fact that when I applied it to my skin, it didn't make me itch. It's very soft. It didn't leave me any streaks or anything like that, which I love. I like the powder brush, but like the eye brushes are made out of that super, super scratchy kind of material, and they don't feel scratchy before you use them. But after I had went in with the 3 shadows on that other brush, it was just so scratchy and hay feeling, and the bristles immediately started to kind of like fray out. So for me, I'm kind of half and half. I like about half the brushes. The other half I could take or leave. Moving on to the palette, I actually really love the color story in here. I felt like the colors were nice and vibrant, super fun to use. I'm getting a lot of kick and pan, but I think it might have been that brush, so I will keep playing with it and let you guys know. The Casey Holmes collab, I love this. I would totally reach for this again. This smells amazing. This is beautiful. All 3 of these are freaking stunning. I mean, hello, gorgeous. Again, I'm not so sure that this is my favorite tone of bronzer, but I did make it work, so I love that. And then these eyeshadows I can't wait to play with. Now, what else did I use on this face, girl? Oh yes, the primer from Physicians Formula. That went on really pretty. Again, I won't know until the end of the day how that does with luminescence. Now, as far as the rest of the face, the concealer, the powder, foundation, all of that is looking really nice. I won't know 100% how I feel about it until the end of the day, but right now I think it looks honestly like so nice. I wasn't anticipating anything coming together this well, given how much of a difficult time I usually have with my pores through this area, and everything looks great. Even that concealer under my eyes looks so smooth, the concealer powder combo. I will, like I said, stop in at the end of the day, give you guys a once over, let you know if anything changed or if I would wear something differently, so on or so forth. But overall, these are my current thoughts. I'm gonna go do my day and I will stop back on here at the end and we will see if I continue to wear this nicely. But guys, I love the way this turned out. Like, who is she? Okay, you guys, so can you tell by looking at me / my hair, which is currently pulled back in a rubber band, it has been such a long day, but I wanted to come on here and give you a final check-in for this foundation and how everything wore. So let me just tell you, I am ridiculously impressed. Like, look at my skin. I think it looks so good. Like, it's super smooth. It's been smooth all day long. I didn't have really any issues with it. Like, once everything came together and my natural oils kind of came through and helped everything look a little bit more dewy, this foundation just looked gorgeous all day long. All the products wore really well. This pink eyeshadow is still so vibrant. And even the concealer held up really well. Like, concealer, powder, everything today held up nicely. I do feel like that powder, the Photoready powder from Revlon, it is good. I don't know, again, that it's something I would want to set my entire face with, but when I used it to set that concealer, it was perfect. So I might have to try and figure out like a different color combination, because the only issue I had, like, everything wore nicely, but I do feel like I oxidized and I lost a lot of the definition I had, like under the eyes being brighter, my chin right here, my nose, like all of that. You can even see on my forehead, it looks very like one shade. And as you guys know, I went through quite a little process this morning to make sure that that didn't happen. So I'm a little bit bummed about that, but overall, I love it. I love everything. I think it wore so nicely. But those are my thoughts, you guys. I want to hear from you down in the comments. What are some products that you love? What are some products from the drugstore I need to try? What are some things I am missing? What are new products that are about to launch? Leave me all the tea down below. And thank you guys all so much for watching. Don't forget, you can also check me out on Instagram and on Twitter. They're both linked down below. And guys, I love the way this look turned out. And if you like hanging out with me on here, you'll also love hanging out with me over there, because I post pictures of the looks when I'm done with them during the day. A lot of times I post them over on Instagram so you guys can see the finished product all done up and pretty in natural light as well. If you're into that, I know some people like to see natural versus what it looks like in studio. So you can check that out over there. And you can also hang out with me on Skincare Saturdays / Sundays over on my Instagram. It's good fun time. We talk everything skincare. We pick like a topic or a mask or an ingredient
ingredient and we really dive into it together, and I tell you guys what I know and we kind of learn about it together, and it's, I don't know, it's just fun. So definitely follow me over there if that kind of thing interests you. And if you haven't done so yet, you can also subscribe and turn on your post notifications here on the wonderful world of YouTube, my friend, because I upload 5 videos a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They go up bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in Northern Michigan, and it is a fun, fresh, lit time. We talk about everything, whether it's new, old, love it, hate it, garbage. We talk about everything makeup related, and it is a fun way to hang out, start your day, and just enjoy life. So definitely subscribe and turn on your notifications if you have not done so yet. And you guys, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Oh my God, don't drop. That would be rude. Oh, my legs. They're asleep. Oh, they're so asleep. And I apologize. Okay, so I apologize if this, okay. Where did it go? Oh my God, I lost my first product. Oh, my life. Why is everything disappearing on me? Show yourself to me, please. Literally the first product I need and I can't find it. Where are my glasses? I have an itch. I have an itch. Oh, right on my lip. Okay. I love how tan my face looks versus my body right now. This was not the day to wear this top.